Hey everyone, it's Susie Lee with Bellalina Boutique. Welcome to my segment of Craft Round the Clock. So without further ado, let's get started. I got this little piece at Hobby Lobby. It's usually used in gardening, but I'm going to be using it in a glam bath. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've taken a little bit of alcohol, and you can see how dirty this thing was. I just took some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and wiped this all off really well. Now what I need to do is I need to hit it with just a little bit of Fusion Mineral Paint in the white. I want to get rid of the galvanized color because we are going to be putting on some decoupage on this, and we're going to make it kind of a little bit of a, imagine this, a glam bathroom caddy. So that's what we're going to do. I just like to wet my brush a little bit when I get started because it just kind of gets things flowing. All right, so listen. This is Fusion Mineral Paint in the color casement. I mean, I love Fusion Mineral Paint because it is such a quick and easy, you know what, I'm probably going to do this part first. A quick and easy paint because generally speaking, I only have to put one coat unless it's black that I'm covering. If it's black, then, you know, I might have to do 2 coats. Okay, we're going to speed it up here a little bit so you don't have to watch paint dry. I'm just putting on a coat of Fusion Mineral Paint in the color casement so that the paper that I'm going to put on top for decoupage will show up brightly and the colors will be bright instead of muddled and muted. So I'm just giving it 1 coat of the Fusion Mineral Paint over the galvanized metal and then a quick dry. Now I'm using a Dollar Tree tissue paper. I don't even think they have it anymore, but this tissue paper I love because it's just so bright and colorful. And with tissue paper, it's big, so you can cover big surfaces with it. Now, I bought this iron-on transfer from Temu. It was for fabric, not for paper, but I managed to get it onto this paper by ironing it on. I'm simply going to decoupage it onto this piece with some Mod Podge. And once I get it centered on there real well, I just smooth out the wrinkles and I grab my little chippy brush and pounce it around to get all the wrinkles out and to make sure that it is adhered all the way around the planter. Once that's done, I grab my little gator sanding tool and get off all the excess paper around the whole piece. And those little sanders are wonderful. They really make quick work. I believe I got mine at Walmart, but you can get them most any craft store. Once all the excess paper is off, I'm going to go around and see if there's any loose ends that need a little bit more Mod Podge. And look at how cute it's looking. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to go in with a little more Mod Podge and I'm going to put another piece going down inside of the planter, or should I call it the caddy, because we're going to be using it in the bath. And I love how the white background keeps the paper looking nice and bright. If it were galvanized metal or another color, it wouldn't be as bright and cheery. Okay, now I'm going to just cut around some of the rounded parts. It helps to get the paper laying down flat. Rounded surfaces are more difficult sometimes, but not undoable. And then I just continue taking off the rest of the paper with my gator tool, and I dry it up just a little bit because if I'm going to put a protective coating over it, it really should be dry down beneath the paper so that when you put the protective coating over top, it doesn't wrinkle and bubble up. Here I'm going to use some Fusion Mineral Paint Tough Coat, and you just put a little bit on a damp baby wipe and I just wipe it right over the top and it gives it a nice coating and makes it wipeable. Is that a word? Wipeable. Sure. It is now. Then I'm going to dry it up a little bit and move on to our next step. Let's bring on the bling. Totally Dazzle bling, that is. So I'm going to take these beautiful rhinestones and I am going to just add a little pizzazz to this piece because after all, it is a Glam bath organizer. And so we're going to glam this bad boy up just a little bit, just a little. I'm just going around the frame of the piece and it's looking more bougie by the minute, right? Now this transfer has a container or a bag with flowers in it, and I'm going to go around the whole perimeter of the container and just make it a little more glammy. That's a Susie word. Look it up. Okay, so now that I'm done outlining the container, I'm going to just go in the center of a few of the flowers and give them a little bling in the center and just a little pizzazz. See there? And I've got this beautiful, totally dazzled dangle piece that I'm just going to put at the top of the container. And I'm just using some B7000 and hot glue to hold it. And I also have a fast cast resin cameo that I have made, and I'm going to put that on there right at the top. And I end up painting this with a little bit of scrapbooking ink with a brush after the live. And I have one more little casted piece that I'm putting over top of that. Just slowing down the camera so you can see a little bit better here at the end what it ends up looking like. Once I get that piece on, I have one more little oval gold piece of Totally Dazzled that I add to the top, and it just gives it a little bit more glam. And we all can use a little bit of that, right? And there you have it, folks. A garden caddy turned into a glam bath caddy, and you can use it for your curling irons, your brushes, your makeup brushes, what have you. Beautiful and useful. Now let's take a look at it after it's all been finished and the cameo's been painted and whatnot. I added a little color and some pearls to that cameo and a little bit of gold around it. I also added a little shabby chic messy bow on the side. I think it looks so sweet. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will give it a thumbs up and choose to subscribe to me here on YouTube and in all the other places. Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, and Etsy.